Welcome back to Ferocious Education. This is Ed. Today, I'm going to be talking once more about metamaterials, going with the ticker MMAT. This is previously known as Torchlight. They did a reverse merger, and now the company's metamaterials. Torchlight is all their assets are being sold and given out as a special dividend into some special shares that were issued previously. So from now on, it's just metamaterials and MMAT. In this video, I'm going to be going through new pieces of due diligence, technical analysis, what I think about this one. So let's jump right into this one. So in my last video, we did go towards the leadership of metamaterials and some of the patents they do have, and uncovered some of the technology that they have. So the video is in the description below, but we really went in depth relating towards the science and the patents for metamaterials and the CEO and president. Now, in terms of the latest news, we have a couple of them. For instance here, the first one, Meta announces renowned scientists to joint new scientific advisory board. So Metamaterials, which is a developer of high-performance functional materials and nanocomposites, today, on August 19, 2021, announced the formation of a scientific advisory board to support its innovation investment strategy, and welcomes on board Andrea Alu, a PhD, and Mark Brangnersma, a PhD, and Nader Ingeta, a PhD as well. And the board will help the company protect and grow existing scientific innovations, support its development of new technologies, and assist with outreach to the scientific community, guide and oversee Meta's open innovation program, and bring strategic perspective to rapid emerging science and technology trends impacting Meta. The board is comprised of pre-mint award-winning scientists with over 140,000 combined citations, global experience, and research expertise across all areas of metamaterials, applied physics, and nanophonetics sciences. The board will work with Meta's executive leadership and its board of directors to assess opportunities for M&A to prioritize early-stage investments in strategic areas. They will also be tasked with collaborating with Meta's own scientific community to create proprietary insights and develop promising innovations to support customers. George Pellicras, the president and the CEO, said an important part of Meta's competitive advantage and key to our long-term success is the innovative expertise that we bring to bear on our consumers or customers' most pressing global functional material needs. The scientists who have generously agreed to join our scientific advisory board will play an inspiration role, working closely alongside our own teams to challenge, validate, and guide our scientific agenda, aligning our priorities with our customers and the world's ever-evolving needs. And they said we are at a critical inflection point in the commercialization of metamaterial sciences and technology, added Themis Kalos, the Meta's SCO, the Chief Science Officer. We are witnessing the convergence of scientific disciplines, hasting opportunities to affect sustainably at scale, increase access to healthcare, and decrease our dependence on rare earth materials and scarce materials, as well as to improve the health outcomes around the world. At Meta, we are pleased to have such an esteemed group of minds partnering with us to envision the shape of that future. Before moving on forward, if you would like to see more contents like this, make sure to click the subscribe button on the bottom right corner and leave notifications on for this channel. Don't forget to also drop a like to this video. If you would like to join our Discord, it's in the description below, totally free. Now, on other parts, the Meta Materials company announced the second quarter and the first half of 2021 results, so we're going to go quickly over that. And in this one here, in second quarter of 2021, they had a total revenue growth of around 200% to around $624,000, compared to only $210,000 in quarter 2 2020. For the first half of 2021, the total revenue increased by 88% to around $1.2 million versus $650,000 in the first half of 2020. The second quarter of 2021 net loss was around $5.2 million, or around 3 cents per share on around 200 million shares, compared to a net loss of around $1.816 million, or around 1 cent per share of around 160,000 shares. And as you get to see, there is a decrease there. In the first half of 2021, there's a net loss of around $50 million, or around 27 cents per share, on around 183,000 shares total. And you get to see that there are massive losses onto this one, and hopefully they're going to be able to get around with that. So as of June 30th, 2021, they have cash and cash equivalent of around $155 million, and the common shares outstanding are currently around 280 million shares. So you get to see that the price over book is a little bit below 2, which is still a lot better than the SP 500, but the revenue needs to really change up to something that we can actually see tangible net profits. And before on as well, you're able to see other things like the 8K form. This was just mentioning that the merger is fully complete at this point, and that's it. There's nothing else to do about that. In terms of institutional buyers, we don't have information here. And SEC filings are nothing significant there that we can talk about other than, for instance, the earnings, which we did. So let's move on now towards technical analysis. Now, from the technical analysis perspective here, we're able to see that the RSI is currently, or the willing percent R is currently closer towards the overbought section, meaning that there's a lot more attention, a lot more buyers towards this one. Now, this is seen as you get a bit of a bullish kicker, even though it's around, I would say, from 290 to 360, it doesn't look so much significant when the stock was sitting very much closer to around $22 pre-split. So that's something that a lot of people are not feeling well about, especially if they bought above the $20 level for their stock to be around $4. That's around 80% decline from where the top was, almost 90% depending on where you bought from as well. And if you were to take a look into the MACD, it attempted to go on towards a negative reversal on the 20th of August, but it appears to be rejected and now going on towards a continuation of a positive trend. And as you get to see as well that the EMAs or the MACD lines are also going upwards, indicating that there is some bullish momentum onto there. Even though it might not be so much promising, but something is better than nothing when it comes towards such movement. Keep in mind that the stock previously traded around 42 cents a while ago, and what we're seeing here on the Fibonacci retracements is that currently the only close resistance would be around the 549. The support is at the 45 cents, but we still have other resistances around 860, 1112, 1364, and 1712. But the best thing is to try to understand where these key resistances are. So currently there's one at the 364. Above there, we're going to 452, 492, and then we jump a little bit higher to around the $5.99 to $6, $6.71 going to $7.96, and then upwards to $9.56, going to $10.80, and then $11.98 going to $13.74, and you get to see where the resistances are. Now on the support, there's a key one currently at the 341, below there 322 to 302, and below there around 286 going to 194, 135, and around 86 cents. Now coming into the question to Ed, what do you think about this one? Now honestly, all in all, I'm very amazed about their technologies and the president and the CEO's ability with patents and research papers and conference papers and innovation papers. Those are all amazing. And a person like myself who's heavily invested in science and engineering from my own perspective, I do find their technology to be very intriguing and future possible. It would be a lot of innovation in the future, and in that I do think in the longer term this is likely to be a winner. In the short term it seems to be sliding and not much activity going on. It really is just hovering between around the $4 and around the $2.86 or $3, and I expect it to continue doing so unless you hit massive news. Their revenues is a little bit discouraging, but they have a lot of capital, a lot of assets to really turn this around. They recently, for instance, bought or acquired a smaller company relating towards banknotes. I did cover that in previous video, but hopefully things are going to look better for this one. What do you think about this ticker? Make sure to mention down in the comments below. Share, subscribe, and like, and have a wonderful day. Now, if you're still here on this video, make sure to drop down below and join our Discord. We have a lot of different things going on, including, for instance, members that gives picks for free. It's not pump and dumps, we just things we think about, swings, etc. We also have really exciting bots. You can actually use those ones. For instance, we're just testing out this bot, for instance, that gives you Fibonacci resistance points, activities, etc. And we have a bunch of free things, totally free. community. We run on tips here, and you can ask me questions, suggest stocks, etc. It's a really nice community that has been growing up very fast at a very good rate, and it's totally free. If you would like to join that one, feel free to do so in the description below, and have a wonderful day.